Everyone. Appreciate you guys all being here at USA Crypto Group. Hope everyone had an amazing Christmas if you celebrated Christmas. Today we have the team from DiveWallet for this AMS session. They are setting out to build the best crypto wallet for your assets that encompasses security and other amazing functionalities. Like always, this AMA is for educational purposes only. It's not financial advice, and there's no commitment to the team. With that being said, I'd like to welcome Gavin. Gavin, amazing to have you here, brother. If you can start out introducing yourself, talk about your team, your background, and your experience in the crypto space.
Yeah, absolutely. Glad to be here. Merry Christmas, belated Christmas to everybody as well. First things first, I want to apologize for my dogs barking. I'm not sure what they see outside, but they've been barking for the last couple minutes. Anyway, my name is Gavin. I am 19 years old, and I am the CEO of DiveWallet. I've been in the crypto space since I was 16, and actually not old enough to buy myself cryptocurrency. So I would get my dad to buy me Ethereum and send it to a DeFi wallet where I would trade and do whatever, because I liked the space and I thought it had great potential. I started out in the SafeMoon community, quickly found a love for it there. On top of that, I then jumped into a bunch of other communities, found myself as a community moderator, and within a lot of different communities, and helping out a bunch of different projects. Eventually was a senior admin for one of my good friend's projects, helping him out for a little while, and then I was actually approached by Jeremy, our other co-founder, with this idea. Ever since then, I have I've been working really, really hard to build our company and business, and build our utility and everything. A little bit about my team and who I'm surrounded by, because I'm not sure who's here today, as they have families to be with and everything. Sorry. Jake is our kind of our community guy. He does a lot of our outreach stuff. He keeps our community at bay. He talks to everybody in the community and hangs out with them. Haley is kind of our she does a lot of our outreach. She's well known across the space and beyond. Everyone loves her. She does a lot of our networking and outreach to other projects. And then we have Andrew, who's my best friend in real life. He's a computer science student who has been helping me with the back end of our development and everything, kind of helping me oversee development. We have Eve, who's kind of our business, chief business guy, who helps me with the business side of things when it comes to business and financials. Jeremy, who I said was our other co-founder, is he's a really busy guy, and the reason that I was even approached was because he has a lot going on within his life, but this whole thing was his idea, and he helps out. He definitely helps out where he can. So I mean, across our team. Across our team, we have over 20 years experience, a lot of IT experience, and a lot of people who are really, really passionate about the crypto space in general. So that's a little bit about kind of who we are and what our team looks like. They've all been in the space for the same amount of time, if not longer than me. But yeah.
Wow, awesome introduction there, Gavin. Oh my gosh, man, my hat's off to you, being 19 and
Well, thank you.
big entrepreneur. Amazing, amazing. I respect that. I respect that a lot, because that that shows me what kind of person you are, especially when you guys have assembled a team, a great team. Not only a great team, but you also have very respectable people in the space that vouch for you as a CEO. So I think that speaks volume.
Yeah, it's, we're very fortunate to have kind of used this bear market to network and build with other people. And, we're really well established. Our community definitely isn't the biggest one in crypto right now, but when I tell you that we're close knit with a lot of different folks, we really are. And a lot of people are excited about what we're building, even if they're not in our chat day in and day out. they're waiting and kind of lurking. And it's really exciting. And that's not just like normal investors either. I mean, that's project leads, that's other CEOs who I talk to on a regular basis. So we definitely have something special.
Awesome, man. I'll tell you what, being 19, it comes across to me that you're a great leader for your age, right? What I mean by for your age, I don't mean to disrespect, nothing like that. But usually when people are at the age of 19, they don't have that, I guess, the wisdom like you do. It seems like you speak very well, and you have a good head over your shoulders, brother. And
Well, thank you.
Earlier you mentioned that you are going to college. What are you studying?
It's ironic. I'm actually studying to go to med school, but I have kind of this other passion for Web3 and development and everything as well. So I've managed to do both throughout my time in school, and I plan to continue doing that as well. So it's pretty exciting. Kind of the best of both worlds, I guess.
Isn't it beautiful, Gavin? For the first time, we have this technology called the blockchain, where a young guy like you at the age of 19 is able to open up an international business. Isn't it crazy?
It really is. Blockchain tech, people don't realize, I talk about it a lot when we're doing AMAs and everything. People don't realize the power of smart contracts and blockchain technology. It can be used in basically any industry, though it may be a private blockchain network. But God, it's so powerful. You can do anything. I mean, it's completely immutable, and it's just, even if it is private versus public blockchain, the technology itself has potential that's kind of beyond compare, in my opinion. So that's kind of why I jumped into this sector as well, and began to look at, well, how do I innovate, and how do I do some cool stuff with blockchain tech?
Yeah, it's a testament to the blockchain and how its ability to connect the whole world, right? Like in traditional business world, everyone's dream is to open up a business where you can do business internationally, right? Blockchains allow that. That's pretty much the fundamental of the blockchain. It connects everyone over the world, which is amazing. And you're the testament of that. Why the blockchain is working, because a guy like you at the age of 19 is able to do that, which is insane. So great job.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that.
All right, Gavin. So I know I'm kind of briefly going to give like a couple sentences summarizing your project's mission. Could you give us a quick elevator pitch on what the project is about?
Yeah, absolutely. So it probably won't be super quick, but I'll go into kind of what we're doing and what we've been building for the last 8 months. So DiveWallet is the next crypto wallet that is both completely decentralized and non-custodial. We have a token that launched back in March of this year that allowed us to kind of gather funds while rewarding holders to be able to build this wallet. And on top of that, we offer hefty BUSD rewards, 13%, with a 15% tax. So a majority of our tax goes right back to our holders. And I'll get into the token a little bit more. I'm sure we'll talk about that. But the actual utility itself, again, completely decentralized, completely non-custodial wallet so that you can own your own assets. And it's a wallet that's packed with features that kind of a ton of features that kind of fall into two categories in my mind. And one is security and the other is practicality. So let's kind of get into that. On the security side of things, we're offering Web3 alerts, banner alerts on your main screen when connected to any Web3 address to keep you protected and not vulnerable. We have our manage wallet connections screen right in front of you when you log into the app, so that it's easy to find. It's not buried in settings, which a lot of other wallets do. It's kind of buried in the settings and page after page. It's kind of hard to find. It's right in front of you. On top of that, when you click on that, you have the ability to purge all of your connections in one click, which is awesome to again kind of help you make sure that you are not vulnerable and leave yourself connected to a bunch of sites. But on top of that as well, we also have an automatic disconnection feature. that while it's contingent on the app being open in the background, but if the app is open in the background and you're connected to a site, within 30 minutes, you will be disconnected from that site completely, automatically, and any site after 30 minutes. So you really can't leave yourself vulnerable and open to breaches, attacks, and kind of things like that, things of that nature, which is awesome. And something we're really excited about. On top of that, security wise, we're completely decentralized. Like I've said like 5 times already. Or being decentralized means that there is no central server where all of your information is kept. We're not collecting your information, which means that a hacker can't jump in and steal that information from a server that is completely user side, which allows us to be more secure than some of our competitors who have recently started collecting data about users, including IP addresses and whatnot. So that's really, really awesome. And that's kind of the security side of things. On the practicality side of things is definitely more fun side of the features. First and foremost, you're able to select your own price source, meaning that there's a menu that pops up that you can actually select between. Currently, we have CoinGecko, CoinCap.io, and we're working on, but it's mostly done, a combination of both PancakeSwap and Uniswap in one price source, meaning that any token with established liquidity on PancakeSwap or Uniswap will pull a price almost instantly after that is launched, which is super, super exciting as well. In addition, we have a great UI, super intuitive and brand new. And then we plan on doing so many things that increases kind of usability, and we have a dApp browser within the app that works phenomenally, and we also have a cross-chain bridge within the app itself that will allow you to go basically any blockchain to any blockchain. We're cross-chain. Currently, we are supporting, or we do support, let's see, Bitcoin, Ethereum, BSC, it's a smart chain, Polygon, Solana, Crow, and one that I can't say quite yet until probably tomorrow when we announce a pretty big partnership with another blockchain. So yeah, that's kind of generally what we're trying to achieve. But yeah, that's a little bit about kind of what we're building, and well, what we've basically built. We're just finishing up.
Awesome. Wow. Yeah, it looks like you guys have been putting in the work for sure. And I want to break down some of those features in a bit here.
Yeah.
But before we go on, amazing features that you have there, especially the disconnect 30 minutes. Now, that's going to be very, very useful for people that are listening over here. Because we have, there are wallets out there are websites out there that allows you to do that, even on Etherscan and BSC Scan. But there isn't a time that you can actually put on there to disconnect automatically. So that's features actually really neat, and it's going to really keep you guys safe out there, especially with the hacking or the phishing going on lately. But before we go on, Gavin, so apparently with Jeremy, you say Jeremy, he's a co-founder, which he approached you on this project. Now, my question, just quick couple of things really quick. Now, apparently you guys saw something out there, because apparently we all know that, there's a lot of wallets out there that exist, right?
Oh, yeah.
What was the deciding factor? What was the motivating factor for you guys to make the decisions that, we need a new wallet?
The problems in the space are what sparked it. When you look at the wallets that are kind of oversaturating the market a little bit, they're copy and paste of each other. There's no innovation. There's no change. There's no building on top of what was already out there. I'm transparent with my community in that we took some of the open source repos from other wallets and combined them and built on top of them. But the thing on top, the most important thing is that we built on top of them. We didn't just use it to create another wallet, right? We're looking to drive innovation with being able to provide a white label solution to companies who are looking to build on top of our wallet as well. But we saw the problems within the space. We saw the amount of scams. We saw the amount of you know, um, problems that other people were having with price sources or wallets in general. We wanted to fix them. We really did. We wanted to, change the space, change the game a little bit, and that has been nothing but reinforced since the whole centralized collapse recently, with FTX and Sam Bankman-Fried, and some other centralized issues, right? So we knew that we wanted to be fully decentralized, truly non-custodial, and something that would solve a lot of the problems on the security front and make it easy to use as well, which is why we completely recently revamped our entire UI to be more user friendly. And there's a multitude of reasons kind of why we decided to do a wallet and how our wallet differs from just about anything else you've seen on the market for sure.
Yeah, I definitely can see it. And I love that approach, right? You kind of see what is out there, you take what is good, and you build on top of whatever needs to be built to make improvement on it. And it seems like that's what you did. So that's really awesome. So one of the features, like you mentioned earlier, that it alerts you when your wallet is connected to a website pretty much. That's amazing. I'm not sure if there's a wallet that does that right now. That's
There's
actually really
not.
awesome.
That was
That's really cool.
something that, right. I mean, that's one of the kind of deciding, or not distinguishing factors between us and the rest of the market, is that we are able to do that. We're able to do things and innovate beyond what's already out there. No one's done the price source feature. No one's done that. No one's done a lot of what's already in our wallet, and it will be in our wallet at release. We're not promising things and not delivering. We're promising and meeting those expectations as well. So it's awesome.
Yeah. So one of the scams out there is happening is that you guys will get an airdrop of token, right? And sometimes you sign a couple of signature, and one of the signatures may allow the website to have full access to your wallet, which is a very dangerous, technique that is being used out there. So on your future, Gavin, you have a time limit. Now, you said 30 minutes. Now, is that like a pretty fixed time, or is that something that investors able to adjust as well? 30 minutes sounds great to me.
Yeah, so most of the time what we're talking about preventing is you falling asleep with your wallet connected, or you just kind of getting sidetracked doing something else, realizing that you left your wallet connected after you connected to some site. Talking about kind of the configurable disconnect is something that was originally in our white paper, but it becomes hard to do simply because we don't really have any centralized servers. And so, as of now, we're working to potentially, have that as an option, but 30 minutes is kind of what we're sticking with right now. And, as we go along, we'll kind of adjust and update as needed.
Yeah, I think 30 minutes, great. I think that's very, very important feature that to have.
Yeah, I mean, it allows you to be connected way before a pre-sale starts and still be able to capitalize on that pre-sale and get connected, disconnected, automatically after, especially if it's a site you're not familiar with. And one thing that you did say was airdrop tokens and everything like that. We're working on dusting attack alerts as well that will allow or will inform you that you've been dusted with a common dust token as well, which is also really exciting. So that's something that we're trying to heighten security with, to kind of prevent people from interacting with dust tokens also. So
yeah, I saw that. That's your pro features. Now, the lead to your pro features. Now, what do I have to do? How many tokens do I need, or how many NFTs do I need to hold in order for me to access your upgraded pro features?
So the pro features is a kind of a sore subject right now. It's in essence, what happened is right as we were trying to, round out how those pro features would work, Apple released new regulation that basically doesn't allow for NFTs or crypto tokens to grant access to things within a wallet or any application. So unfortunately, and this will be updated soon, I'm pretty sure we're going to have to get rid of them. But yeah, so that's kind of where we're at with that. Who knows? Apple changes regulation a lot, so down the line they could come back. But as of now, it's something that we kind of have to deal with, and we can't really have. So
that's part of crypto, right? We're
oh yeah.
being so new to the space, and you just have
Mhm.
to adjust and adapt, right? And as long as you
Yeah.
guys adjust and adapt and make it work, that's all that matters. Yeah, awesome. Now, Gavin, since you guys are specialists in crypto wallet, right? For those who are listening, fake websites out there. To me, I think that this is going to be the next evolutions of hacking. Is that it's going to be a lot of fake website, and it's going to get
Yeah.
so complex that people are going to sign without knowing what they're signing to. My question for you is, for those who are listening, what kind of advice will you give to the people? How can I figure out whether I can trust a website?
Ooh, yeah, that's a tough one. I don't know. It's kind of an involved question. I mean, people, need to be on their toes for sure, I think. But it's kind of hard to tell nowadays. I mean, you're kind of the thing is you're going to be using websites that are few and far between. Like, you're going to know which websites are your websites, so you know what you trade on, whether it's PancakeSwap, whether it's Novation, whether it's all these other sites as well. I mean, what centralized exchanges you use. So the biggest thing is links, right? We see PancakeSwap with two S's a lot, like Pancake. I don't know. They're or two E's at the end of finance, or something like that. And then on top of that, there's fake pink sales, there's fake everything, man. And so the biggest thing is check your links, make sure you're at the right site, and then make sure you're not connected after you use them, simply because they can get breached, and we don't want people's seed phrases being scraped. So yep, that's kind of what I'd say on that. Though it's tough. It's getting tougher and tougher, and we're trying to stay ahead of that curve for sure.
Yeah, definitely. I think that's going to be the next problem that I think is going to be going on in the space here, is the complexity of people able to make the website seems legit, or even projects. They're going to build projects to pretend it's an actual project, but it's not, right? Just to have access to your wallet. I feel like that's coming for whatever reason, and I'm glad that you guys all figured out ways to stay ahead of the curve, like you said, and prevent that as much as possible.
Yeah.
When I think about wallet, Gavin, I'm not sure if you guys have the same thoughts. To me, still now, I feel like the wallet is still so new, right? I think one of the biggest problems that we still have not solved is that the ability to keep your seed phrase or even your password safely. Like, even now, like me, if I pass away tomorrow, I'm not sure if anybody's able to access my wallet.
Yeah.
Right? Now, even if your seed phrase, if you have your seed phrase, like, where can you really put it? Like, I feel like I feel like there isn't a solution to, like, almost like
I've got a project for
safety.
you, actually. I know. So there's a project that's doing exactly that, who we're actually pretty close with, that'll be launching this year.
Really?
They're called Serenity Shield, and their idea is that they manage your something does happen to you through their utilities, you actually are able to pass that seed phrase with instructions off to a relative. So yeah, they're doing something very, very cool. I can't exactly remember what the full name of the utility is, but Justin, a guy who works with them, has been friends with me since I basically got in the space, and he had a great idea, and they're making it happen. So they're doing some cool stuff there. In terms of actually storing your seed phrase, I mean, the most obvious thing to do is, write it down somewhere that only and keep it, locked up or hidden in a place where you're going to remember it. I mean, that's the biggest thing. And when it comes to, giving people your seed phrase, there's really no way to stop that, in the same way that there's no way to stop somebody, stop somebody from giving another person their password or things like that. I mean, your seed phrase is your password. which has a whole load of benefits in itself. But yeah, it's it's easy and difficult at the same time, for sure.
It is. It is. I think it's difficult in the sense that, like even if you write it down, you place it somewhere else but there's a possibility that, your house can be burned down or etc. What, right? It's almost as if like we need to figure out a way to tie the wallet into our DNA somehow. Uh, like,
Yeah, no,
because
for sure.
you can't lose yourself, right? You cannot lose yourself, right? But you can lose pretty
Yeah.
much everything else. But yeah, great jobs on the futures. And one of the biggest thing that you mentioned there is, Gavin, is non-custodial and decentralized, right? So I think that is very important, especially given the fact that, what had just unfolded recently with FTT, right? Now, for those that are listening, Gavin, what is that non-custodial? What do you mean by that? Could you elaborate on that and what is important for the people to understand what that means?
Yeah, absolutely. That's a really important thing for people to understand. Custodial means that you're more centralized, and you're really, if you've ever heard the phrase "your keys, your crypto," which is one that's been used a lot more recently, when you're buying and selling on a centralized exchange, let me think of one, Bitmart, for example, or FTX before the crash, or crypto.com or things like that. Well, crypto.com is a little bit more elaborate because they have their own wallet, but a truly centralized exchange, when you're buying and selling tokens, you actually don't own those tokens. You don't have the keys to those tokens, which means that you can't really claim ownership of them. The site basically says, well, these are ours, but they're really yours because you bought them on our site. The difference with non-custodial means, is that your keys, your private key grants you access to your wallet where your assets can be kept, and you can send them as much as, around as much as you want. Your DeFi wallets are basically just a window into the blockchain, meaning that you control what you do on the blockchain. With things like FTX, people were offloading money from wallets that you actually didn't have control of, though you owned one Bitcoin, but that Bitcoin was like in possession of FTX, so they could move it around, right, without your discretion and whatnot. So the importance of custodial versus non-custodial is something that people should know for sure. Now, the one benefit to custodial, exchanges and everything is that it's a lot easier to on-ramp, to off-ramp, to buy, to sell, right? But we're working to find a solution around that, but it definitely is something that you absolutely need to know and keep in mind. And, each trader is going to have their own needs for sure. So at the end of the day, it could be something where you're better in a custodial setting, but you assume those risks in the same way that in a custodial wallet, there's no way for you to connect to a malicious site and get your wallet drained, right? Because you don't actually own those assets. It's not your crypto. With a DeFi wallet, you're putting yourself more at risk because you actually own those assets and you can lose them as well. So, there are pros and cons to each. But recently there's definitely been a movement towards the decentralized nature of things for sure. After we've watched centralized collapse, the thing is you can never really know 100% what's going on behind the scenes with your assets in a custodial setting, which runs a risk of something like FTX happening, where you go, well, I want to sell my Bitcoin, and they go, well, we don't have that to sell, and that's a big problem, when they go, this is yours, but we used it for something else. So we can't actually sell that Bitcoin and give you the money that's rightfully yours. So, I know that's a really long explanation and kind of lengthy, but it's something that's really integral to kind of what we're building and kind of what a lot of what I talk about is non-custodial, decentralized, and safe and secure. And that's kind of what we're aiming to do. But if you don't really understand the difference between custodial and non-custodial, you're kind of missing a big point of what we're trying to build. And you as an investor really need to know that, especially as, time goes on.
Very well said there, Gavin. Very well explained. Yeah, self-custody, crucial. No middleman, right? And the crazy
Yeah.
thing is that with what happened to FTX, now a lot of people in the media like to paint a picture that there's the problem with the blockchain, but they missed the whole point of blockchain. The blockchain is supposed to be decentralization. Now FTX is centralized, and that's exactly what happened, right? It was a centralized organization, and that's what happened.
So yeah, I mean, you fall into the thing where, and I didn't mean to cut you off, but I have something that directly relates to that. The thing is these centralized exchanges will loan money to each other, and um, a bunch of different exchanges and a bunch of different organizations actually held money in FTX, but FTX was offloading funds and intermingling funds with their own hedge fund that they had created. And the problem was, there were backdoors, there were things that people didn't know about that allowed for, some crazy stuff to go down, and people didn't get their money, and it's caused everybody to be, sued and this, that, and the other. So it's been absolutely crazy. So it's really important to understand kind of what the difference between centralized and decentralized is. And I'm a big advocate for decentralization in that I'm a big supporter of your keys, your crypto. I kind of use something that's basically like, would you I don't know, would you trust your money with somebody and basically say, well, that money's mine if I need it, but you never really know what's going on in the back end, especially in the crypto space, right? I mean, there are legitimate organizations, right? Technically, with the bank, quote unquote, owning your car or your house, through mortgages and whatnot. But at the end of the day, what's going on behind the scenes generally with a mortgage company where there's regulation and crazy laws that have to do with it, right? In this space, there's not, and it's a gray area, and that's why people have to be careful. It's definitely a loaded conversation for sure, but I think a lot of people, especially recently, have been kind of gravitating towards that decentralized nature of things for sure.
Yeah, 100%. It needs to be. This needs to be. That's just the first principle of the blockchain is self-custody, right? And somehow as we evolve, of course, in order to really do business and scale it up, right? And most people believe, or I think it still is, because I think the space is still new, but you have to have some tie to the traditional world. And that's what happens, right? But I think as the market evolve, as we mature, I think we will be able to operate and able to function as a business and build the ecosystem within the decentralization aspect of it without having to tie to the real world. But I think it's going to be long way to get there. But yeah, definitely decentralization and self-custody is the key. And that is what this wallet is intended to do. So yeah, great job on that. Now, Gavin, how long you guys been around?
So I was approached with the idea in January. We launched our token in March to kind of begin that fundraising aspect, and community building. I've always said that our token is a utility backed by a token, not a token backed by utility. So it we launched back in March, and we've kind of been building through the bear market, which has not been tough. I'll tell you. I mean, it's not been easy. It has been very tough, so we're kind of established within the space. We have our partners, we have the people we trust, we have our inner circle. So now we're kind of doing that second marketing kick where we're ready to show the world what we've been building for the last 8 months, and we're really, really excited about it as well.
All right, so you guys been around since March, was around 8 months, and I'm looking at your roadmap right now. Like you said, you guys are getting ready to launch your utility.
Yeah.
So right now, currently, let me pull up the roadmap really quick here. Let me see here. So we are at Q4 right now, and it looks like you guys are getting ready to finalize initial app build, DiveWallet version 1 release.
Yeah. So Well, I just wanted to chime in and say that we had the opportunity to work with another project, and we had the opportunity to completely revamp our UI, along with a couple other things, which set us back just a couple weeks. But it's for a really, really great benefit. So we're looking at January for the release. End of January is going to be kind of when we're planning on releasing the app itself. But yeah, we're in the process of finalizing the actual, build. We have an audit in progress with Quill Hash, who is an audit company that actually, works with Polygon and their DAO, and a couple other projects as well. So, we're taking our time and doing everything right for sure.
All right, sounds good. Now, what are the functionalities can we expect on your Q1 2023 when you release the app?
So everything that I said really will be within the app on release. The only thing that we kind of have to take a step back and reevaluate simply because of the whole decentralized nature of things is the dollar cost average and initial amount invested. And that's not something, I've talked about a lot, but it's something we're looking to do. So it's something we're looking to implement, shortly after release, and it's on our radar. But we're going to have a cross-chain bridge. We're going to have an easy one-click cross-chain bridge. We're going to have a dApp browser. We're going to have the selectable price source. We're going to have automatic disconnect. We're going to be able to purge your connections directly from the new, the wallet connection screen, and we're going to have an amazing new UI. The one that you see on the site is not the newest. We completely revamped it. It's a complete change. And we're really, really excited about that because it really gives us our own identity and kind of a whole new look. So that is what I am excited about. And we're really excited about all of the functionality on release. Because it really takes the best of what you already have and builds on top of it while maintaining security and decentralization, which is exactly what we aim to do.
Awesome, Gavin. So the functionality you had talked about. Okay. Now earlier you also mentioned that you guys are thinking about having an on and off ramp fiat.
Yeah.
Is that something that you guys had started the process of partnership already, or
yeah, we're working with. We know a couple companies. Our cross-chain provider is beginning to do on and off ramping as well, and then on top of that, we are partners with Ember, which is another great project who does a lot of that financial stuff. They do not currently have an on and off ramp. However, we're looking to potentially work with them as they roll that out. It's a pretty complex scenario. We could implement MoonPay or Simplex within the app. We don't want to because it never works. And that's a whole nother thing that we don't want to have to necessarily deal with when, on and off ramping through a third party provider doesn't really work. And, thousands of people have problems with Simplex and MoonPay. So that's not something we're really looking to implement, but we are definitely starting the process of kind of like looking and scouting, kind of looking at what the best option is for us when it comes to on and off ramp. But it's such a complicated process right now, due to regulation and having a KYC and everything. And that's not data that we'd be storing. It'd be simply through a third party provider. But yeah.
Yeah, definitely, right? One thing being so new to the space is that regulations that you have to work around it, right? But it seems like you guys are mindful and you guys rather take that solid steps to ensure that you guys stay within the regulations, right? So I think that's actually more important.
Yeah, it's we're not looking to be non-compliant in any way. We're an established business within the United States, out of Delaware. we're going to continue to be completely compliant as this regulation comes rolling in. So, it's something that kind of has a gray area, and we don't want to be the ones managing that KYC, that money, that in and out. It's not something we want to do. So, nor do we have the liquidity to be able to provide for an on and off ramp yet, because that requires millions of dollars to just kind of have in liquidity. But yeah.
Yeah, I think with that instance, I think it's almost as if it's probably better approach if you form a partnership that existing partnership out there already, because I think that's going to be a very, very big task to tackle, right?
Yeah,
So
definitely will be for sure. It kind of a tough subject right now, really, because there's so much gray area, and people are toying with regulation about crypto and everything, and it all depends what country you're in. So it's a lot of stuff for sure.
Yeah, I cannot wait to see the settlement of the XRP. I think that's going to really
that's really, really, really going to be interesting, and I think that it'll it's going to be in favor of us as people in the crypto space, which could send XRP flying. I just no idea yet, but I'm excited to see what happens over the next little bit here.
Yeah, so I think the outcome of it is going to at least give us more regulatory clarity on what we need to do within the crypto space. I think that's going to be a big case, hopefully soon. I saw a tweet from Brad Garlinghouse the other day, pretty much talking shit about the SEC, so that doesn't really give me a lot of hopes.
Yeah, it's it's definitely a gray area, and there's definitely proponents for both sides as well. People love it, people hate it. People that hate it generally don't understand it as well as they should, but hey, I'm not going to get into politics. It's definitely a loaded question and a loaded issue right now for a lot of people, but it's going to be interesting over the next year. I think we're going to see some positive stuff come out of it, to be honest with you. But it's exciting for sure.
Yeah, I'm very hopeful. And to be honest with you, I don't like Gary Gensler. I don't like the head guy right now. I think he needs to, 3 years for XRP and still there has not been a settlement yet. I think that's too long.
Well,
right?
I think the problem with that, lies in the fact that they don't want crypto to have a win. Because they know that would potentially lead to a little bit looser regulation because XRP did win that case and everything in the settlement. And so, it's something that, I can't say for sure, why they're dragging their feet, but I feel like that it has been going on forever. But, we can sit here and speculate all day. There's no, we can't change much about it. And, we know that XRP probably will be coming out on top, which is a good thing for us. So,
I hope so. All right, brother. Well, that leads up to the tokenomics. So one of the biggest thing about your project is that you guys want people to earn passive income. So let's talk about it.
All right, cool. So pretty simple. Our tokenomics are really bare bones, and the taxes are a little bit higher than this new zero tax 1%, 2% trend. Ours is high compared to that, but it's for good reason. Our tax is 15 in, 15 out. And some of your jaws might have just dropped, but 13% goes right back to you in BUSD rewards, because we want to really drive passive income generation when the bull market comes back around. We have an incredible floor, an incredible community who really doesn't sell because they're waiting for that passive income along with our utility. So our other 2% and our 15% tax, 1% goes directly to our NFT holders, which will be distributed directly to them periodically. There's over $1,500 in there right now, simply for NFT holders only. And later on, it's going to be a large amount of money distributed amongst a really small group of people. Our other 1% is, goes directly to liquidity. Our liquidity is one of the strongest in the entire space. At one point, we were 65% backed market cap to liquidity ratio, which is unheard of. The usual amount is 5 to 10%. We are currently sitting at over 35%, I believe. which is huge. Well, and you're not familiar what that means. Means more money is in the actual liquidity pool, meaning that we are far less volatile when it comes to large buys and large sells than any other token out there. And that's because we're a long-term token. We raised 500 BNB in our pre-sale back when BNB was like 450. So it's a huge amount of money. I think it was almost $200,000. And we immediately put 90% of that back into the liquidity to seed the liquidity. So the fact that we're 30% backed, 35% backed in this bear market is incredible. And the fact that we've even seen the 65% backing is huge when you usually see 5 to 10%. So that's kind of the thought process behind our tokenomics. And despite it being high tax, we think it's so beneficial. And a lot of people love it. I mean, our community loves it. So, that's kind of a little bit about our tokenomics and everything.
Yeah, you do have a pretty nice size of LP compared to the market cap. That's for sure.
Yeah, it's something we definitely pride ourselves on. Kind of separates us from a meme coin, I guess, per se. Like, you're not going to have somebody sell, 2 BNB and the price is going to drop 2%, right? It's barely visible on our chart, which is why our floor is so strong as well. Which is, something we're pretty happy with and everything too. So.
Now, Gavin, for those that are listening right now, right, the question they may be asking is, with that 15% BUSD rewards, what that does is that it sells the chart. Also, you have another 1% that goes to the NFT holders. Now, the question is that, given that we're in the space that we're in right now, the volume is really low.
Yep.
How can you get out of the hole now? Are you guys, has there been any kind of thought in changing the tax for now, like even the buy tax?
Yeah, we've been we've talked about it. It won't change before the wallet's out. But kind of in close relation with wallet release, we're talking about a V2 contract where it is lower tax. We're looking at upgrading to a brand new upgradable protocol, a proxy contract, as many people are familiar with, which are they have great benefits for people if you understand them. So we are looking to do that. We have toyed with lower tax. We don't really know what that tax is going to look like. It's going to be restructured. We just don't know how much. It'll probably be lower. We're just not sure yet. So we'll see. And we've definitely toyed with it. It's definitely something that's on our minds, especially because we need to upgrade our contract anyway. This space moves at a mile a minute. And, we got to keep up with the trends and everything. And kind of migrating to an upgradable protocol is something that we're excited about because, we'll be able to upgrade it whenever we feel necessary, which is something that we're really excited about as well. So, yeah, I mean, something we've toyed with. We're just not 100% on yet, I guess.
Oh, okay. So with the current contract right now, you guys do not have access to lower the buy tax at the moment?
We do. I can actually I can, but I don't know that I can actually edit individual buy and sell tax, which is again, we launched back in the Evergrow fork contract days. So I did base the contract off of Evergrow's back in the day, who based it off of Olympus's. So it was a lot of kind of we launched back when there was. Or we were kind of on the very, very forefront of this passive income token generation, whether it was native token or stablecoin. So, again, that's part of the reason that we need to upgrade our contract and why we will be upgrading our contract to a V2. But yeah.
I see. Awesome. All right, Gavin. Well, now let's lead to the last section, which is the NFTs. Could you speak on it?
Yeah, they're really cool. We got an artist to do NFTs for us, and every dime has gone back into development and the project itself. And we've paid, or we pay back users with that 1% of volume, which is allocated towards a wallet, which we'll be using to periodically distribute rewards to our holders. On top of that, right now, they were going to be used for pro features. We are currently looking for other utility for them as well, but we cannot use them for pro features. And on top of that, we will be, we are currently using them as a way to get access to our beta testing. So if you own one, you will be added to our beta testing list, and you will receive access to the app literally right now, which is something that we're really excited about as well. So they're cool. They're really simple. A lot of people love them, and a lot of people love kind of showing them, and using them as profile pictures and everything. They're a good community point as well. But they're really, really simple, and they help us. They help you. It's definitely mutually beneficial, and it's been pretty cool to see the amount of people with them and people flaunting them and everything. I think we've minted out like over 200 already, and yeah.
Okay, yeah, 200 NFTs. Okay, out of 5,000. Now, is this pretty much fixed number, Gavin? You guys will not have more than that.
Yeah, it's a fixed 5,000 collection, but they'll be released in batches of 250. Just as kind of we feel like it, I guess, or for events and everything. But yeah, that's kind of where we're at with those right now.
All right, and you guys will have you guys are working on utilities down the future for those as well.
Yeah, whether it's NFT staking or anything or something like that, not really 100% sure, but right now they do grant you passive income. They will grant you passive income, and they grant you access to beta testing, which are two solid utilities in my mind right now. But yeah.
All right, perfect. All right, I think that wraps everything up. I think we touched on everything. Is there anything that we missed there, Gavin?
No, I mean, I really think I got into everything and told you kind of everything that we're about.
All right, perfect. So with that, we're going to go ahead and Mike's been keep tracking of the questions in the community.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of questions on there, on the first pin post there. But he's going to come on and he's going to read off some of the questions for us.
Yeah, totally.
All right, guys. Unfortunately, Gavin, I don't see any questions, though. No, I'm just kidding, brother. We have a whole bunch. So, before I get into some of the test questions, brother, I always like to ask the community if you'd rather ask on voice. Please don't talk over one another. Unmute yourself, ask your question, and I'll get into the test questions in a second. I know I had kind of a couple of DMs for some questions on voice, but guys, if you want to, open up your mic at any point. I'm going to get into a couple of these test questions. So, who's that? NFT. Go ahead, NFT. How you doing, brother?
Yes, I'm totally fine. Thank you for asking. All right, Mike. I just want to ask a couple of questions here.
Yeah.
All right, thank you. So, DiveWallet. I just wondering, once we reach the mass adoption for this project, when everything needed in the utility is laid out, I know each of you on the team will be busy with your designated role. Is there any chance you will also expand your community staff that the user can rely on? If there's something happen with the application on the wallet itself, if we encounter technical issue, are we going to have like customer support to address a certain issue?
That's something we're working on. It's a tough sector to kind of bridge into, kind of figuring out. Right now our community thankfully is really, really helpful with that. They help out and they know a lot. As for, if we have problems with the app itself, on another front, we have a great development team who it's technically outsourced, but they are in contact with us a ton. They love what we're doing and they love building it. So, we're kind of figuring that out as we go, I guess. But our community is really, really, really awesome about helping out. And yeah, I mean, that's kind of the only answer I have for you right now. As we kind of, begin with, well, I mean, it all starts with the release of the app itself. And then from there, we'll, assess and reevaluate and kind of keep pushing forward with innovation and everything from there.
All right, cool stuff. And one more thing, this is actually new to me. We already see a lot of wallet on the market. I mean, on the same project, but this is actually unique to me because I just want to know, how does the NFT influence the project and the chart as well?
Wait, okay, I missed that. What was the actual question?
I mean, how does the NFT, because the difference of the project on your on the other wallet. I mean, how does the NFT influence the project and the chart?
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. So, it doesn't really have a direct tie to the chart. But, again, grants you access to the beta testing, generates some passive income. It's definitely mutually beneficial. Our NFTs have helped us through this bear market, and we've been 100% transparent in that. It's something that, we've really love to see the community engagement and involvement with them. As we go forward, who knows? We could have some sort of staking with them. We could have some, something with the V2 contract, just not 100% sure yet. But right now, the fact they grant you access to beta testing is exciting. In addition to that passive income, which could be very, very large amounts of money distributed among a very small crowd sometime in the future. 1% of volume's a lot, especially in a bull market where we have, one of the coolest utilities out there. So that's kind of their role in our ecosystem.
All right, cool. Thank you for the information and best of luck. Thank you, Mike.
You're welcome there, NFT. Appreciate the questions. Does anybody else want to ask on voice before I jump into a couple of checks? Please feel free to.
Hi, Mike.
Hey, Vincent. How you doing, brother?
I'm doing great. What about you?
Great. I'm great. Go ahead, brother.
So, all right. My question is in regards to the NFT. I want to know how you intend to sustain the floor price from dump. Will there be any special incentive for holders of the NFT to make it more valuable to see reason to hold on to it, since there are a lot of NFT already in the crypto market?
In regards to floor price, I mean, the NFT probably won't dictate floor price. We have a great community that doesn't sell and is an extremely diamond-handed community. Our floor has been held throughout the bear market. We haven't dumped. We've really, really held strong. And, despite BNB dropping to, I believe, 190 at one point, we're still holding strong, at that floor price, and it's only up from here. Our NFTs, again, we're kind of, the main utility for them was pro features, and that did get sidetracked by Apple, which is unfortunate. We're working on really trying to, find that next really awesome utility, whether that is staking, whether that is, something that comes down the line. It's something that we're really looking into. But in regards to floor price, I'm not worried about us dumping by any means, simply because, we've made it through the worst of the worst. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of all I have to say about that.
All right, cool. So also in regards to that, your custodian app being built, I want to know if you guys will be having a multiple currency preference in order to help investors who isn't that familiar with foreign currency like the US dollar, which many new projects make use of. So we want to know if you guys will be, implementing such in your app.
We're looking at doing that. Currently on release, it will be dollars, but we are looking to support other currencies as well, along with other languages. We're just trying to kind of gauge the initial release as well, to kind of figure out, where a majority of our users are going to be from and everything as well. So yeah.
All right, cool. Great explanation. Thanks, Mike, for giving me the opportunity.
Appreciate it, Vincent. Does anybody else want to ask on voice before I drop a couple of text questions? All right, Gavin. So talking about what we were just talking about with Vincent's question there. So to date, right now, is there any other languages besides English available on your DiveWallet, or is it just English support right now?
Currently English support only, because a lot of our community is really in the US and is an English-based community, but we are looking to expand after release into other language sectors as well, along with other regions.
Perfect. Thanks, Gavin. Now, talking on your possible partnerships that you might have or looking to onboard, could you speak on any that you currently have?
Yeah, totally. First and foremost, I want to say Vault Finance. They've been incredible. We helped them at launch. We've been around, a little bit longer than they have. They're a great team, but, we work together. We're the preferred wallet for them and Novation, and we're, going to be the preferred wallet for Pulse, their new utility, along with Sifter. So, we're working very, very close with them. But on top of that, we work hand in hand with so many other projects who, we're technically not partnered with. I mean, we've worked with, God, it's so many. I don't want to mention a couple and not mention others, but we've worked with, so many projects who have loved what we're doing and have helped us out, though we may not be official partners. Vault is kind of the biggest one that we've, we are officially business partners with and do work with and talk to basically on the daily. They're a great team and we're excited for their future and our future kind of together.
All right. Let's see here, Gavin. We have Toga, the community. His question is about your big motto, next gen crypto security. Is there or will be eventually a DiveWallet develop its own security infrastructure that could provide solutions from the projects in the ecosystem?
In regards to our own kind of security infrastructure, that's something we're looking into. We're looking at kind of, keeping up with the trends and everything and being the most, one of the most secure DeFi wallets out there. We're working to be completely decentralized along with a bunch of other things as well to kind of boost that security and everything. So, we're really excited about potentially, expanding. I don't think we'll ever be like a security agency by any means. But, we are looking to expand our security and our ecosystem as well. So yeah.
Hey, Gavin. Next community question here is coming from Glock45. His ultimate question is, why should the investors pick your wallet as opposed to the many wallets out there, including such as Trust Wallet and MetaMask that are well trusted and proven?
Yeah, totally. Well, first of all, that's the $1 million question. First of all, we are completely decentralized. We're not collecting your info. That's, first and foremost. Second of all, we're building on top of what they've already built. So we're taking what they have and we're building on top of that. Thirdly, we're not a big, huge name yet, meaning that we have a lot of room to expand and a lot of room to work with people and expand partnerships, expand networking, and we're not very set in our ways yet, right? Meaning that, there's potential room for improvement in so many different areas and sectors and everything as well. On top of that, we give back to our holders. We have rewards. We have, NFTs. We have all this awesome stuff. And we also are going to be giving back 10% or 20% total of our total revenue, not total revenue coming from our ads and everything that we're going to have. I say ads, they're not very traditional ads, and you'll see it as the app comes out. It's sponsored dApps and sponsored news articles when we kind of bridge to that sector as well. 10% of that will be going back to you in buyback and burn, and then the other 10% will be given back to you in either BUSD or BNB rewards. So you're not going to have another company that's doing that either. So it's really awesome. We're doing some really cool stuff. We're kind of taking the proven, trusted faces and using what they've built and building on top of that and making it even better. So, yeah.
Perfect. Thanks, Gavin. Now, regarding your pre-sale phases, did you have a seed or private sale phase? And if you did, what were those funds allocated to?
Yeah, everything's been allocated to development and marketing. We don't pocket anything till the utility's out. I mean, it's not cheap. We've paid over $70,000 to development and everything, so it's definitely not cheap. We did run a private and pre-sale. Pre-sale was 500 BNB. We only took 10% of that to put towards development, so that we could seed our liquidity with a lot of money, so that we had a large liquidity pool, and then. Sorry. On top of that, we had a private sale that was, God, so long ago. That was probably January, February, almost a year ago. Trying to remember what the exact allocation was there. Around 100, 120 BNB or something. Near that, where we used for initial marketing and kept just a little bit for development and everything as well. So we've had a lot of support. A lot of those people are still hanging out with us today. But yeah, I see that chat that says I'm falling asleep on the AMA. I've had a crazy couple days. I'm not falling asleep by any means. I apologize for yawning. That was not my intention at all.
Oh, no worries, brother. That's one of the biggest things that I love about being muted. Half the time I'm yawning. I could relate. It's been a long weekend with everybody on Christmas for sure, especially with New Year's around the corner, right?
It's been long couple days for sure.
For sure. Next community question I'd like to ask is from Yellow. Talking about educational pieces, do you guys plan to implement any sort of educational videos on how to maybe set up your wallet or a wallet in general, etc.?
Yeah, so that's something we're looking to bridge into as well. It kind of explaining what a crypto wallet is, what tokens are, what smart contracts are, and everything is something that I personally want to do. I spend a lot of my time kind of informing and helping people out within the space, and I enjoy doing that. So that's definitely a sector that I want to bridge into as well as time goes on, to kind of help out as many people as I can, while also providing a utility that's going to be, protecting them from scams and people trying to take advantage of them. So, yeah.
Perfect. Now, speaking back on your NFTs here, Gavin, with the NFTs having some sort of passive income to them, say if you hold 2 to 5 to 10 NFTs, is there some sort of maximum cap that one could own to receive a maximum amount of rewards?
So we have a max of 5 per wallet right now. That's to kind of limit, oversaturation and people taking a huge part of the passive rewards that come with it. But yeah, so 5 per wallet right now. And then eventually, that could be lifted, but as of now, that's kind of where we're at.
Okay. Now, on your wallet there, Gavin, so you have obviously BSC integrated into it. What other networks and chains do you have now and will be onboarding into the future?
Yep. We currently support Bitcoin, Ethereum, Smart Chain, Crow, Polygon, Solana. I think I got all of them. We're working to there's a big one that's coming within the next couple days. That's going to be basically exclusive to our wallet. It's a pretty big partnership. They're excited about it. We're excited about it. Can't say who it is. But yeah, we're going to be onboarding them. We're planning to integrate all of the other, or a lot of the other sparsely supported blockchains. We want to be kind of at the forefront of innovation. So things like Aptos and other things like that is stuff that we want to integrate as well, along with, we plan on integrating a bunch more EVM chains like AVAX, like, you know, things like that as well. So, but being able to support Bitcoin and things like Solana that aren't necessarily, you know, EVM chains, which is, you know, something that EVM chains are a lot easier to add than non-EVMs. So being able to add, you know, Bitcoin and Solana support is something we're pretty happy with.
Perfect. And last question I'll ask from the community here, not to keep you too long here, Gavin, is about the taxes. Do you plan into the future possibly to adjust the taxes within the tax brand itself? So say you have 15 in, 15 out. Would you change the allocations of the 15% in or out to increase maybe a reward or increase the NFTs, etc.?
So again, not sure, because we plan on reworking our taxes, and we'll release kind of that tax structure, and I'm sure we'll poll our community on it as well to kind of, you know, get them involved. But you know, it may not be 15%, it may be 10%, you know, 8% in out, you know, who knows? But yeah, not sure what that allocation looks like as of now. Until that V2 releases, I don't see our taxes changing at all.
Right. Appreciate it, Gavin. Well, that's all the questions I'm going to ask the community tonight. There was a bunch. So I do encourage all of the community, if there's anything unasked, head on over to DiveWallet's Telegram, ask a question.
Absolutely.
I'm sure Gavin's here ready to answer, you know, as well as the team, any of the questions that you guys have. But that's it for me, guys. I'm going to kick it back to Seattle. Thank you.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
All right. Thanks, Mike. Thanks for the questions. Hey, great job, Galvin. I know. I hear you. You know, it's time for me to get to bed as well.
Yeah, it's not even late here, man. I feel bad about yawning, but like, dude, it comes when I'm in the middle of a sentence, and I'm like, oh man, that probably looks so bad, but I'm not. It's just I'm exhausted over the past couple days. You know, been a long couple days for me.
Hey, you're a hardworking CEO, right?
Right.
Hey, Gavin, it's a pleasure having you here, brother. Thank you so much.
Hey, man, I appreciate being here, and that, you know, great AMA. You guys are an actual host. We've done a lot of AMAs where it's been mediocre at best. Those really put me to sleep, where, you know, it's rough hosts and everything, but, you know, you guys are engaging, and I appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you so much. Also, guys, just a quick recap. They're launching their utility end of January, according to Gavin, and all the functionalities that we talked about will be ready. Self-custody, decentralized wallet, amazing features. Time limit to disconnect from any kind of sort of website. Also, it alerts you if you're connected to a Web3 website as well. So those are very crucial features that is necessary in order for you to stay safe. I look forward to the development for sure. You know, 100%. I think it's actually really cool features that you guys are building here. With that said, Galvin, if there's any last thoughts from you, go ahead. If not, we can go ahead and do a giveaway. Also, guys, make sure you guys participate. Go to their, actually, in fact, if you guys can go there, if you guys are listening, go there and drop one of our stickers over there. Mike is going to go there and pick one winner. Actually, two winners, right, Mike? How many winners are we doing?
We're going to go one best question, and we're going to go one random attendee, as I've gathered all of the participants tonight on a sheet, and we'll do one over to the community for the stickers, just to have a nice balance.
Yeah, go there, guys, not just to win the prize, you know, the cash prize, but it seems like, you know, Galvin, you came across very transparent. I looked at your team. It seems very, I mean, everyone is doxing your team, so I think that's a plus. So, yeah, guys, participate, right? Do not just go there and just for the cash prize only. Is there any last thoughts you want to leave us with, Gavin?
Yeah, absolutely. So, yeah, come check us out, t.me/DiveWallet, DiveWallet.net. We're working really hard. This utility's come right around the corner. Now is a perfect time to hop in. You know, our Telegram is a great place to hang out. We're really happy with, you know, we're FUDless and and everything. So it's a good place to hang out. You can check out our website. You can check out our NFT collection at diversclubnft.com. But yeah, that's kind of, you know, again, I appreciate being here. I appreciate you guys hosting and being engaging. And yeah, that's kind of all I have. I appreciate it.
Perfect. All right, brother. You don't have to stay here. We can go do a couple cash giveaway and expect our community to go over there and drop a stick over there and take part in your community as well.
Awesome, man. I really, really appreciate it. You guys have a great rest of your day.
Thanks, brother. Get some rest.
Thank you.
All right, guys. Giveaway time. Woo woo. Let's see.
Let's go.
Let's see if we can't get Seattle some sort of win before the new year. He's been gunning for this forever, right?
That's all right. I got another 10 years to wait.
10 years? All right. No problem.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, no biggie.
We're in it for the long haul, brother. Let's see. I mean, hit shuffle about 54 times here just for a nice shuffle duffle. We'll grab our first winner off of our wheel tonight. Who's it going to be? Will it be Seattle? Crypto Pork, congratulations. Won yourself $25 tonight, brother. All right, that's it for the wheel tonight, guys. As Seattle said, join on over to DiveWallet's Telegram. Drop a sticker. Don't flood the chat, please. We don't want to flood the chat. But go over there, drop a sticker, and I'll be sure to pick one of you for an additional $25 winner. And we did have a lot of questions tonight, and I know some, if not a lot, did not get answered. I think we had like 40 questions, which is amazing. Thank you, community. Absolutely amazing. I will be sure to not just consider the ones that I've read. I will go through every one of those, as well as the voiced ask questions, and consider them all for an additional $25. Like I said, I'll probably take about 10-15 minutes to pick a sticker winner and have everything posted up into the Telegram very shortly, as well as a YouTube link as well. Seattle, I just want to thank you, brother. It's been a great couple of days over the weekend of relaxing. I'm happy to get back to it, man, and great hosting like always, brother.
Yeah, thanks, man. I appreciate it. You as well, brother. I'm not sure how you're able to keep track of all the names, like I always say that, but it's amazing how you're able to do it. With that said, guys, I'm actually, I want to wish you guys happy New Year coming up here. Let's make 2023 the best fucking year of all. And we have a lot of plans within USA Crypto Group. As you guys probably heard already, we are working to launch our own project, and it's going to be massive. One of the ways that we've been working on hard is to make sure that we are stay compliant with the regulation, right? The USA SEC regulation. So that's been a challenge for us, but we are digging away, and it's going to be a lot of big things going on. So I hope you guys stay with us and ride along with us, along the journey with us. It's going to be big. And I appreciate you guys, every single one of you guys. I see a lot of same faces, every AMA, great questions. And the great thing about us is that we are transparent, everything that we do, right? The questions to everything that we do. We don't take questions in DM and things like that. I think sometimes that's kind of bogus, I think. But yeah, well, guys, really appreciate that. You guys, I hope you guys had a good Christmas, and let's make 2023 the best year.
Be our year, guys. Our year, guys. All of us. So appreciate that, Seattle. And that's it from us. We'll see you guys in the next one. Have a good night, everybody.
All right, see you guys.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Peace.
Peace.